Welcome to our coverage of the Queensland Cup. Today, the grand final in which Burleigh take on Redcliffe. And this is what it's all about, the big one, the grand final. Who'll win the Queensland Cup for 1999? It's down to just two teams and two very good ones, Burleigh and Redcliffe. They have been probably the two of the outstanding sides of the competition this year, and they certainly deserve to be in the grand final. And it's a toss-up as to which one will win it. And the big crowd has come up here too to see this grand final, and a large number of people have come up from the Gold Coast. It's great to see Burleigh representing the Gold Coast, showing that rugby league is very much alive down there as the Burleigh Bears team comes out onto the field.
Very good outfit, this one. They did come straight into the grand final. This 17 are unchanged right through the final series, and it's largely been the same players who played with them this year. They've had a very good run with injuries. There it is there, Jamie Martin at fullback, Aaron Douglas and Farron Anderson on the wings, Darren Anderson and Frank Napoli, very good centre pairing. Freer and Adamson, experience in the halves, and then in the front row, well, talk about experience there, Tony Priddle, who's played a couple of grand finals at ARL level for St George, Ben Lyth, Shane O'Flanagan, and Billy Dunn, also with ARL experience, Hamish Smith and Dean Allen. The coach, Rick Stone, who was captain coach of Burleigh a few years ago, taking over the coaching reins the last couple of years. This fellow will lead them around the park extremely well, Grant Adamson.
Brown and Justin Bryant are out there, so they, two of the bench players, look like they're in the run-on team as Tony Gould leads out the Redcliffe Dolphins, losing grand finalists last year, and there is a big supporter base for the Redcliffe Dolphins today to encourage them to another grand final win in the Queensland Cup. They've been there, they've tasted it before, and there's the lineup: Adam Mogg at fullback, Ricky Hewenson and the exciting Trent Lees on the wings, strength in the centres, Mixie Lou and Ben Roder. Sam Ost is brilliant at 5'8" with Michael Roberts, two youngsters who are outstanding, lots of experience up front, Ian Graham, Craig O'Dwyer and Toy Lindsay, and a good back row of Scott, Hinchy and Gould, and the interchange of Crocker, Essex, Sanderson and JP Cherry, and Alex Corvo's first year as coach. And there he is, Tony Gould, great all-round player, wonderful kicker, wonderful reader of a game of rugby league. Tony Maxud gets the grand final job. And the grand final of 99 is underway in the Queensland Cup, with Redcliffe receiving there on the left in the red and white, running out from their own line, where it's taken out there by Troy Lindsay in Redcliffe's territory. So that's been a good start for the Burleigh Bears.
Very good start, Jerry, and a penalty will even help them further. They'll probably take the 2 points. No, Priddle rushes up and places it at the feet of the referee.
And just to the left of the uprights. He's kicked it pretty well, and he might have the first points of the grand final. He does. And Burleigh are in front by 2 points to nil. And Warren Boland.
Good chance on the right-hand side. They've got numbers here. Adamson goes to the line, draws the player. Out there to Darren Anderson. Darren Anderson straight out. Comes back on the inside and scores it. Darren Anderson, they always have numbers there. The importance of going to the line, I think, by Adamson to actually hold the defence in for a little while, gave a bit of extra room to move for Darren Anderson, and he did the job by going through a couple of players over the last 10 metres.
Yes, and the players outside him would have been going through their mind, pass it, but Adamson knew he had to draw them in first and just get the defence into a separate way of thinking, and that allowed then Darren Anderson to finish off by straightening up and go across the line.
We just hold it there. We'll just see what Adamson does here. By going forward to this position, he stops these two players who knew they were outnumbered. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 players against these other two. And by Adamson going forward, he doesn't allow them to slide. Then if we let it run on, he's done the job then. He's just got Darren Anderson on the outside. Roder can't get to him. The dummy also puts them in more trouble. And then he straightens up, realises the try line's close enough for him.
By the end of the season, you know each other backwards. Lyth's conversion attempt looks pretty good, and up go the flags. It's now 8-0 in favour of Burleigh. We've got to give
ball up to play it. Tony Gould to Obst. Get it on the outside, it'll be interesting. Out here to Mixie Lou. Hasn't got the pace, Mixie Lou, but does pretty well to get away. Trent Lees has got the pace. Come in and go, keep going all the way. Trent Lees. Well, I was going to think I needed it away, but he didn't need it. He went in and just put the accelerator down. He had wrong-footed Reggie Crisbrook, I think, at the back. And Mixie Lou did very well to initially break the tackle. And give credit also to Sam Obst. He was the one who saw the chance on the outside and threw that long pass.
And Mixie Lou might have the pace, but he's got the goosey. You watch the goose step that he comes up with. There's the pass from Obst now. over to Mixie Lou. Now watch this goose step as he runs up. There it is. Just accelerates a moment, and Trent Lease will then run infield and goes across, wrong footing to defence, and the way he reached out was a perfect winger's try.
Couple of deep breaths, visualise the kick. Great, a high shot. Will he curl it? Curls too far. 8-4. We're still back in it. Strong defence by O'Flanagan, and a little bit of a chat in his ear as well, and a penalty will also now go against Burleigh. Priddle it was who just held him down, but in front. Shouldn't have too much problems at all, and doesn't, although he still hooks it pretty savagely. Gets it back to 8 points to 6. Hands had to be on the left. Quick play the ball, it's still here. Roberts up to goal, numbers are here. Long pass out to Hewinson. Hewinson in. Well, finally they get it in the corner. Ricky Hewinson had plenty of room to move. The slide defence can't slide that far, especially when the try line is that close.
The overlap in the previous play, and finally they were able to spread it out there to the left. Tony Gould saw the chance right out wide, straight to Ricky Hewinson. Now, did he get it down okay? Darren Anderson reckoned that he hadn't, but Darren Anderson, I'm afraid, has been proven wrong by the camera. It was a desperate attempt by Anderson, as we see here now. Gould, look at the situation that he saw. He could see that Hewinson had heaps of room and was by himself, and what was required was the pass straight to him.
Lease hooks it again, as is his habit. 10-8 in the grand final. Up on a blind side, but that's just a ploy. Up here to Ben Lyde. Long pass out to Adamson. Another long pass out to Napoli. Gaps on the outside. Darren Anderson has Marn. He'll score it himself. Jamie Marn finally scores it. Well, they stacked them out here. They did pretty well to keep them out on the blind side, but then they just kept flicking it through the hands. Redcliffe's defence was not good enough to get it out wide, and it's a little bit of tit for tat.
Yeah, it is. It's wonderful use of the ball by Burleigh. They made the ball do the work. There, Grant Adamson fires the pass. It was a long one, nicely snapped out by Napoli. Then the final pass, and Jamie Marn reaches out for the line and gets it down. Good try, and he was the man who was largely responsible with that good run which got them down into Redcliffe's territory after he had regathered the ball. There's the pass from Adamson. Taken there from Napoli, then on to Darren Anderson, on to Marn. Darren Anderson was outside, but he was marked, and Marn was able to get through by his fellow team members and the dancing girls. The Burleigh team is back in this grand final. It's 12-10 with the conversion to come from Ben Lyde, and there he is, the try scorer, Jamie Marn. He's only about 4 metres in from the touchline. He's kicked it well, but it's not going to come back enough. So away to the right, and the score remains 12-10 in favour of Burleigh. Howard going Anderson. The Redcliffe Dolphins, can they pull it out of the fire? Nixie Lou puts the kick ahead. That's just trying anything. Taken by Jamie Marn as the countdown happens. And they'll take the Queensland Cup as he takes the tackle. And the Burleigh Bears have done it! Rick Stone, their coach, what a relieved man. And what delight from the Bears. They've won the Queensland Cup of '99. What an exciting performance. A magnificent grand final. And whilst you share the exuberance and the excitement of the Burleigh Bears, you've got a feel for the Redcliffe Dolphins. And Aaron Douglas has come out with the brace on his neck. I think it's the neck has been twisted even more in the celebrations. It's a horrible feeling. It's hard to take. It doesn't take the papers long. But the Burleigh Bears have excited the Gold Coast this week. They've given the Gold Coast top-class rugby league again this year.
I think in the history of the game, I don't think we've seen two better prepared teams. To the coaches of both sides, congratulations on a mighty effort. Grant, congratulations to you and the team. Thoroughly deserving win. A great performance by you, and really kept the crowd right on their feet, but an exercise well done. There you are, my friends, very much. Why do I
They don't always tell the exact story of the game. Marn, Anderson scoring tries with Lyde 2 goals. Hewinson and Lease 2 tries, and Lease a goal for Redcliffe. 12-10 to Burleigh. They are the Queensland Cup winners for 1999. Join us when the Queensland Cup continues next year.
After 22 rounds and 3 weekends of finals, this is the Queensland Cup Grand Final for 2004. The Burleigh Bears versus the East Tigers. We're back at the Cauldron, the home of rugby league in Queensland, for the 2004 Grand Final, and what a game it should be. These two teams, Burleigh and East, are the two best in the competition. Only 2 weeks ago they met in the major semi-final, and there was only 1 point in it. 17-16 to Burleigh with a field goal. And one half of Lang Park is packed full of fans, and they can't wait for the action to start. Tremendous atmosphere in here today, and well, there's no better stadium surely to watch rugby league than this stadium in the world. And the bottom deck there is absolutely packed, and Burleigh versus East. You just can't wait for the action to begin, David Canyon. Here come the East Tigers, led out by Darren Smith. Scott Sipple there as well. Of course, a veteran from the 97 runner-up performance by East in 97 there, Scott Sipple. But Darren Smith leading the way in more ways than one today, you would expect. It'll be a big game from him. Look at the confidence and the excitement on his face. He just, you see the look on his face is one of like, glad I'm here and want to be part of this grand final, and I want to lead the way.
Here come the Burleigh Bears. They were defeated in last year's grand final. Some say you've got to lose one to win one. They are back again this afternoon on Suncorp. They've got a great following here.
So away we go. Burleigh kicking deep and taken there by McElwain, man of the match last week. And Allo's dropped the ball. The ball immediately comes out of the arms of Scott Allo. Heavy tackle, and East forfeit possession. Not too much on those couple of plays from Burleigh. Now what do they do? Hayden steps off his left. He's going for the line. Hayden goes low now, and he's got it. He's got the try, the first try of the grand final. It's Adam Hayden, did it all himself. East will be disappointed with their defence. A left foot step got him through the line, and he was able to get it down. 4-0 in favour of Burleigh.
They invited him to run. There was a huge gap in front of him. He stepped in, put him right into the middle of that, and then he did well eventually to get it down. Huge gap there, too close to your trial. And have a look at him dive for the ground there. After Barsley was the first one to confront him, he wasn't going to be allowed to be pushed back from that position. He dived to the ground as soon as he could.
And he has slotted it, converts the try, and it is Burleigh 6, East 0.
Yeah, well, Burleigh get away to an ideal start here.
Came out the back side of that tackle. Hayden again. Set, oh, I thought it was a second. Beautiful Nick Shaw. Nick Shaw should score it. Adam Hayden looked to be setting up for a second-man play. That's what the Tigers thought. And instead, he picked up Nick Shaw, charging onto it. Could have been a slight suggestion of a forward pass. All the officials were happy, though. Certainly the Bears are happy. They've got off to the start they wanted. 10-0. They've shell-shocked the Tigers.
Well, that's what we'll be looking at, whether or not it was a forward pass. Remembering that when you do fade across field, it can look a little bit worse than it is, but does it go forward from the hands?
Yes. I reckon it was forward.
Well, questionable. Hard to really be convinced that it was forward from this angle. It's a tough one, but yeah, you sort of got to wonder, haven't you? Here's Reggie Cressbrook. This is easier than the first. And he has got it. What a start for Burleigh. They lead the Tigers 12-0.
Come on, Reg.
That was Allen backing up. Now it's Young going himself. Trent Young from dummy half is close. He's there. Will the referee award it? He will. Tony Maxud says the Tigers have scored their first try. And it's 12-4 in favour of Burleigh with the Tigers kick to come.
Yeah, good hit back this from the Tigers. Trent Young is off to South Sydney next year. Had a runner coming and just decided it was he who was the best one to... Have a look at this. Just aisles across, then goes low, hard. One defender only to contest with, and the line was beckoning. Oh, he did well to get it down too. For a moment, he looked like he was going to be suspended. Rock solid there. They weren't good enough to stop that. Michael Pearce converts. That's a better balanced scoreboard, 12-6. Full tackle. McConnell, long pass to Hayden, that would create something on the outside. Out there to Flint, goes straight through Johnny Flint. He won't be stopped. What a performance by Johnny Flint. Nice work from Flint. A strong action to step the bus through the line. and then fires it to Hayden. That just gets him into space. And then Johnny Flint with one-on-one on the halfback, stepped through the closing out defence. Was always going to be a bit sparse.
Hooked it at least away, but Burleigh back in charge, 16-6.
Yes, we're unmarked. He had to make that tackle. Here's a good chance again.
McElwain, Renoff is in. What a hit and spin from Steve Renoff. It was one-on-one. The tackler was there, but Renoff just bumped off, spun around, came out the other direction, over for a sweet try for East, and they're back within 6.
Class there from Renoff. It looked like he was going to get hit full on. McElwain goes to the line, up to Renoff. Have a look at this, spins away. Webber would have thought he would have been able to take him full on. It just makes it look so easy.
We want to get inside that 6-point barrier. It's on track, it's good looking kick, is it there? It is! Michael Pearce lands the conversion, and the Tigers are right back in it. 16-12 to Burleigh.
Flanagan. McElwain again, the man is the go-to one. Renoff can't, yes, he's done it again! He slipped Jason Webber, and somehow or other, he's going to go to the video and could have a huge impact on the state of the game. Knock on. Taken there by Lockie. He's knocked that out, surely. That's got to be a penalty. That touch judge, yeah. Yet to win any of those. Knocks it through the middle. 6-point lead to the Bears. There's Chris Flint at the back now. He's the guy who kicked the winning field goal to make it 17-16 2 weeks ago. He's standing like a beacon. Flint drills it. No, it's got off the side of the boot, or has it? The Tigers do get another chance. Well,
so they've got a minute.
They put all their eggs in one basket, and it's by Burleigh, second to none the way they close out any play going down a
short kick. Beattie chasing through. Beattie's got it. Beattie comes out. Beattie going for the line. He'll race away. He's got to get close to the post. Steve Beattie scores for the Tigers. The Tigers have a conversion with seconds remaining to level the scores and force it to extra time.
I've either miscounted or the Cats have 10 lives because they've done it to Tigers. Chris Beattie, or Steve Beattie I should say, but can they convert? Beautiful kick that from Campbell. Beattie flashes through. Self-sacrifice at an absolute minimum. He cut away. I don't know why he didn't come back earlier than that, but instead it was Purton closing him out.
Wayne Campbell, difficult one. He's got it! He's going to sudden death extra time. Incredible kick.
Unbelievable.
Well done, Dane Campbell.
Yes.
That's pressure.
That's nerves of steel. That water might be cool, but his nerves, Gab, were ice cool.
Well, you want the people that want to take the pressure on their shoulders to be in that situation. I'm not sure what the situation was, as you said, but if Campbell's walked up and said, I want the kick at goal, that's what you want.
Now, the rules here, sudden death extra time, they'll toss to decide which way they will run. Then we just play. There's no swapping over after 5 minutes. They just keep going. The first scorer wins. All interchanges are back to 2 now.
Smith's in trouble. Well, the two champions of the game, the two warriors, one Steve Renoff, the other Darren Smith. Well, he probably should not have been back out there.
Oh, that was elbow from Ali Brown.
He could be in trouble there, Ali Brown. Oh. And Burleigh will ignore offside at the moment. And they'll just try and get up on it. Darren Smith, absolutely courageous. It may be the end of Darren Smith's career. There's the quick one.
Campbell goes for the field goal.
Missed it.
Just missed.
Oh, to Gundry.
Gundry will have a go
They're
himself.
almost too close now. They're inside the 10, so the defender should be able to get up close. Hayden. Oh, beautiful pass.
Flanagan.
Hayden pass. And Michael Booth. Shannon. Why wouldn't he be? But he should be holding his head proud. What a game of football. What a performance by both Burleigh, the winners, and the Tigers. The Tigers have collapsed at their end of the park. They are just lying.
17 minutes of extra time before Shane O'Flanagan plunges over to win the grand final for the Burleigh Bears. Came off the pass, the defence hit him, but he bounced out of it, kept on going, made sure of it, and the Bears, runners-up last year, are the premiers in 2004. 22 points to 18, and we've got to leave it there. It's been a great season. It's been a great grand final. Johnny Flip, the man of the match. Outstanding performance. We've got to go to the bowls. Look, just a great game of football. We'll join the bowls now here on ABC Television.
They are so exciting to watch. Can you believe what you just said?
The 2016 Intrust Super Cup season reaches its peak at the home of the game in Queensland, Suncorp Stadium. It is the 15th time the grand final has been played on this famous patch and the third time that Redcliffe and Burleigh have faced off in a grand final. Burleigh won back in 1999. In 2003, it was the Redcliffe Dolphins who got some huge inclusions here and unexpected ones as well.
Absolutely, Matty. Curtis Rowe at fullback, on the wings as Wanahi and Regan. Centres, Saluma and Broadhurst, Cullen and Fogarty in the half. So dangerous they are, the 6 and 7. Page, Politoni, Vai, Dowling, Schwass and Burr in the back row. And on the interchange benches, Fanine, Alamai, Petteroo and Jeff Lynch comes in as a late inclusion, and the coach is Jimmy Lenihan.
Grand final of 2016.
As we see some pretty big inclusions themselves in jersey number 7, but at fullbacks, Jack Ahern, Jonas Pearson comes onto the wing, and Curtis Johnston the other wing with Randall and Bradley in the centres, Strasser and Nichols in the halves. The skipper is Sam Anderson with Pumapi, Fainga, Whitchurch, Bridge and Gesh, and on the interchange benches, Lee, Brown, Cleal and Hazard, and the coach is Adam Mogg.
He's brought some fans with him as well. Here's Jamal Fogarty, the second leading point scorer in the premiership this year with 260 points. He is the captain today. He leads the Bears on to Suncorp for their 5th grand final. They finished the regular season averaging almost 30 points per game in attack.
About grand finals experience, to see Sam Anderson lead the Dolphins onto Suncorp Stadium. Such a proud part of Queensland Rugby League folk. You're a Redcliffe junior yourself. You know how important this is to kick. Friday night, he's ready.
So we're off. 80 minutes away from determining the winner of the Intrust Super Cup for 2016. They've got through 4 tackles. Cullen to the line. Out the back to Curtis Rowe. Rowe's gone straight through. Curtis Rowe will score the first try of the grand final. They opened up and the speedy custodian made them pay. 4-0 with a kick to come.
Yeah, he's been dangerous all year, Curtis Rowe. He's in the top 5 try scorers this year, and it's just lazy defence, and it's Aaron Whitchurch. He gets on the outside of Whitchurch and just burns him for speed. He's done that to plenty this year, Curtis Rowe. And Burleigh, they strike early. Great start to this grand final.
Hits it cleanly, hits it beautifully. Jamal Fogarty makes it a 6-0 lead for Burleigh over Redcliffe down to Peter Basaltis.
Yeah, don't underestimate how hard that conversion was too with that swirling breeze, but this was just fantastic play. You're right, Matt, they've been playing so well down that left edge, the Burleigh Bears, and I'm just really worried now, just looking at the Redcliffe body language, the next 5 or 10 minutes crucial for them.
Closes to within 5. Pumapi picks it up, trying to catch the marker offside. He went back to Whitchurch. Oh! Brilliant skill, Redcliffe. Jonas Pearson will get over and score. That was brilliant to watch.
Well, it was a try that came from nothing, absolutely nothing, doing that set for Redcliffe Dolphins. And Pumapi takes him on from dummy half, gets a little offload.
Pumapi, both Pumapi and also Politoni, they're so much alike the way that they play. Nice pass there, nice from Whitchurch, 2 good involvements in 2 tackles. There'll be no problem with that. Redcliffe get back on the board, 6 points to 4.
Oh, I don't reckon the leg's any good. He's duffed that. Good couple short of the line now. Politoni wants to send it left. He gives it to Cullen. Out the back to Curtis Rowe. Rowe sees half a gap. Curtis Rowe's got to the line. He's got 2, Curtis Rowe.
Hey, Nick, coffee.
Determination, Brent Tate.
And it's his speed. It's his speed in carrying the ball in 2 hands when he's going to the line. And that Redcliffe defence, they're backing off on your line.
He manages to squeeze it through. It's an 8-point advantage in favour of the Bears. Has it. Up against the goalpost, lost the ball. Penalty. About Cullen. Dynamic. We head to a 10-point lead. Here's the last tackle. Lee plays it. Pumapie wants to kick to the in goal. It bounces up and they've scored. It's Tyson Cleal with a try on grand final day. So Nichols sends it over from right in front. And we're back to a 4-point margin. Down to Pete on the sideline.
Yeah, you can just see the way that it lifted everyone, not only the players, but the Dolphin supporters. He liked that one, Tyson Cleal, scoring a try on grand final day.
Just some of his runs and aggression in defence.
Here's Cullen. Here's Rowe. Lovely pass. Saluma nearly there. Saluma over. Is the ball on the grass? I reckon it is. Wakawara, he thinks it is.
He's done a great job because he's on his back there. It looks as though the Redcliffe players have actually assisted the ball getting pushed down just with the weight. Am I?
Fogarty hits it. Flash. He just doesn't miss, does he? Wonderful goal kicker. And he establishes a 10-point lead. The Bears over the Dolphins. The Redcliffe fans starting to come into it as well. Nichols takes it. Nichols will score. He might be carrying a bone quad, but he's still got over for a crucial try. They're back within 6 and they'll be back within 4 soon.
Well, it's an opportunity and he gets his team 4 points. Make that 6.
This has been gutsy by Redcliffe. Burleigh jumped out of the blocks from the opening whistle. The Dolphins had to hang with him to claw their way back, and it's been a mirror image of that in the second half. And Nichols the man who goes over. The final 10 minutes almost upon us. Burr away to Fogarty, then to Rowe, then to Broadhurst. Broadhurst will be hard to pull down. He's very strong, but he stops 7 short of the line. Burleigh stacked out left if they come that way. Burr decides to run into them, gives it out the back. Fogarty sends it to Cullen. Cullen's over! Cullen scores! There's still time on the clock, but that might be half a dagger through Redcliffe hearts.
Look at the movement here when he receives the ball. He steps to the outside just before he gets the ball because he knows the defender is on him. Watch this. You can see the defender, bang, gets on the outside of the defender, gets in between the outside defender and scores a try that could possibly wrap this Intrust Super Cup Grand Final up.
I told you, he just doesn't miss.
You can put that try down to the set of 6 that Burleigh had before.
Yeah.
They really muscled up.
Just powered forward, didn't they?
And they made Redcliffe kick out of their own 40. Wanahi caught it on the 20, made it back to the 30. And that's what gave this the opportunity for Cullen.
It's great vision from Cullen. As I said, he knew the defender was going to put pressure on him. So just as he gets the ball, he skips to the outside. It's good skill and vision.
Redcliffe might be able to take a try with them anyhow. Final 10 seconds, ball comes free, Burleigh get it back, and that will be it. The grand final is over. The Intrust Super Cup is heading to Burleigh. They finished second in the regular season. They had a week off in week 1. They beat Redcliffe to seal their passage here, and they backed it up with another victory in the big dance, a 10-point margin. Well done, Jim Lenihan. Well done, everyone at Burleigh.
It's a little bit different for you, isn't it? Because your father, 31 years ago, won a premiership in '85 in the Brisbane Rugby League Grand Final. So it's a little bit different for you as a family, isn't it?
Oh, mate, 100%. And, you know, it was a goal of ours from the start of the year. And someone said to me before the game, it's time to follow in your father's footsteps and win a premiership. And I get, you know, that made me think about it. It's an awesome thing. And, mate, I just can't believe it. Stoked.
Yes, I think that'll be just the start of the celebrations tonight for the 2016 Intrust Super Cup premiers, the Burleigh Bears. They have beaten the Redcliffe Dolphins 26 points to 16.
This afternoon on Channel 9 for what is the perfect setting to round out the 2019 season. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us on Nine's live coverage of the Intrust Super Cup Grand Final. Now, both these teams, the Burleigh Bears and the Winnie Manly Seagulls, have faced each other in the finals already. It was the Burleigh Bears who were victorious that day. It gave them the week off and it forced the Winnie Manly Seagulls to take the long road to here today to the grand final here at Redcliffe Stadium, Dolphin Stadium. Such a great setting we have here this afternoon. Team lineup for the grand final. The big one today is Edna Gebbie at fullback. His matchup with Curtis Rowe, a highlight here this afternoon. Burns and Poundra on the wings. Hoyter and Drew in the centres. Templeman and Scarlett, a big reason why they're here today. Kel Tate comes in for the suspended Max Elliott. Pulasia and Alex Barr in the back row with Rockley, Grote and their skipper has had a terrific season. Mitch Cronin is in the number 9 jersey. Now their coach is Adam Bright, well coached by Jim. And their team lineup, Curtis Rowe at fullback, Tyrone Roberts-Davis and the experience of Anthony Don on the wings. Sammy Saluma and Josh Burgers in the centres with Dylan Pythian and Jamal Fogarty in the halves. And a hard-working forward pack, Sam Coster at lock with the Schwass and Leary in the back row. Page is the skipper with Polatoni and Jack Buchanan. And their coach is Jimmy Lenihan.
Just waiting for the Intrust Super Cup to get off the ground. Colin Scott showed it to the Chook pen. Now Ali Brown to the Burleigh supporters. Which group of fans will be celebrating in around an hour and 20 from now? We're underway, the 2019 Intrust Super Cup Grand Final. It is Wynnum who've let the ball bounce over the dead ball line. Goal line dropout. What a mistake from Junior Panga.
One or two places in as Luke Page takes the first hit up.
Strong run, 20 metres out. Best opportunity, another penalty.
Okay, white Paddy's in front of you. Way too slow.
There are the first points of the grand final. Burleigh lead 2-0. Polatoni, they go to the eastern side. Rowe. Now Leary into space and an unmarked Tyrone Roberts-Davis on the outside gets the first try of the 2019 Intrust Super Cup Grand Final. In my opinion, so therefore it should be play on.
Yep.
So Wynnum came in on the decoy runner. That should be a try.
It is a try.
Liam, this is the video referee. Will confirm the on-field decision of try.
First try of the grand final. Burleigh lead by 6 points to 0. Is it coming back? Is it coming back? It hits the upright. That could be a big miss in the earlier grades. Fogarty, it's away from the chase. Little kick for himself. Where's the support? It arrives in Rowe, and Rowe will score. They got in each other's way, the defenders from Wynnum, and Curtis Rowe back on the inside after Jamal Fogarty. A little kick for himself, and Burleigh will lead by 10.
The creativity of the Petro Civitanova medalist Jamal Fogarty. He injects himself into the game at the perfect time.
And it's a terrific bit of work from both players.
Just catching the ball, before the ball even gets it to him, he changes his direction to get on the outside of the defender. And that's what held off the other defence. Templeman's sitting there going, well, do I go in, do I stay out? I'm not quite sure. But he sized up the situation beautifully, Tatey, and again, it's about combination.
There's a further 2 points, and it is 12 points to 0. Beryl, Scarlett kicking, awkward bounce. It's off the head, I think, and Scarlett, the kicker, has come through and scored the try. It's bounced off a Burleigh head, I think it was. Went backwards to Wynnum, and we're going to check.
Yep. Clayton tackle 0. Have a try. Please confirm contest through the grounding.
Well, it's an opportunist try, isn't it? Through Sam Scarlett. Again, they're not getting any momentum, Wynnum. We see him go down the short side, put a little one through, and it comes off.
Just kicks off at the last minute, doesn't it?
Someone get a hand on it there.
It looks like someone gets a hand to it. Is it a Burleigh hand?
That's a try for mine.
Yeah, comes off a Burleigh player. Gets the perfect bounce, doesn't he, Sammy Scarlett? Kicks off there. Yeah, it is Tyrone Roberts-Davis. And great work from Scarlett to continue to have the presence of mind to push through. He just bobbled it too. I think he regains it. But they really flooded the short side, didn't they? There was 5 on 3 down there. Yeah, no problems whatsoever. They had to answer back. That's the one-on-one.
Be a really tough kick for goal.
Cronin. Templeman. Crossfield kick from unmarked Burns, who scores in the corner. Great vision, Sam Scarlett. And Edward Burns, it seemed like he had to wait an eternity. And the ball finally got there, and Wynnum gets it second.
Best 76 they've had, Wynnum Manly, and it's because he's getting out of dummy half, changing some angles with his big forwards, and they're getting some momentum when they play the balls. And the craft that he's playing with is outstanding.
It's not a bad strike. It's a very good strike. Back to a 2-point game. Last tackle. Hithian. Good. Into the in-goal area. The bounce important. That's a beauty for Curtis Rowe. He's got himself a double. Wynnum went to sleep, and Burleigh bite back. 16-10 with a kick to come. Jamal Fogarty was the man that was going to finish the set off. But it sits up beautifully. Yeah, as you said, Junior Power could have turned and at least got into the way of the chasers. He was never going to get to the ball, but it's not a bad strike. Oh, just to the left. He hit it really well.
Go 3.
Polatoni out of acting half. They went to sleep, and he scores the try. They went to sleep, Wynnum, and Pat Polatoni has scored the try that may win the game and the grand final for Burleigh. Nature, he sells it to the left with his feet and his eyes, doesn't he? Gebby's just a little bit too late, but he gets in between the big forwards. Tremendous work by the hooker.
Team making the right decisions.
Well, there is the extra 2 from Jamal Fogarty down at the touchline. Adam Jackson. Got to get a repeat set at worst. Templeman kicking straight into the hands of Fogarty. Away he goes. They won't catch him. And Burleigh are racing away to a premiership. Jamal Fogarty, the Petro Civica medalist for the best player in the Intrust Super Cup, ices it for the Burleigh Bears, who will win the title. Jamal Fogarty gets the try. Try and put the grubber through. Fogarty pounces on the ball and just uses fantastic speed. Look at the coach, Jimmy Lenahan. He's riding him home up the straight. Celebrates to the Burleigh Bears fans that have turned out here. And the Burleigh Bears win their second premiership in the last 3 seasons. Beaten by a better side today. Tyrone Roberts-Davis from almost in front adds a further 2, 28 points to 10. It's really not a true reflection of the game, is it? It has been so tight throughout the 80 minutes. The Burleigh Bears, they'll travel to NRL Grand Final Day next Sunday. It's one of the lead-up matches to the main game between the Raiders and the Roosters. And at the moment in New South Wales, it's gone into extra time, 14 all. Cronin with a late tackle.
No.
And a few players not happy about it. We're going to be joined by players. The touch judge trying to keep the Burleigh players off the ground. We want to see the game end, but full time, and Burleigh celebrate a premiership. Burleigh 28 defeated Wynnum 10. The Intrust Super Cup premiers for 2019, the Burleigh Bears.
He started the festivities.
go the Burleigh Bears. Great victory here this afternoon.
On ABC Sport, this is the Queensland Cup Grand Final, live from Dolphin Oval. Today, minor premiers Burleigh Bears meet cup holders the Redcliffe Dolphins. It's a glorious day. It's the day that they all play for all year, and it's come down to Burleigh and Redcliffe. Which one of them will hold the Queensland Cup high in about 90 minutes? Well, we'll know pretty soon, and in the meantime, we're in for a fantastic game of footy.
Let's have a look at the Redcliffe team that'll take the field today. This is pretty close to full strength for Redcliffe, and that's one of their big advantages.
Let's take a look at their lineup. It's very, very strong.
And befitting an all-important day, a big crowd here at Dolphin Oval to watch the grand final. There's a lot of red, so there'll be tremendous support for the Redcliffe Dolphins. And they've had a fantastic lead into this because in the two grand finals that have already been decided, they've won both of them, both the Colts and the A-grade. So they'll be very keen to take all three. Here they are in front of their home crowd. Looks like they're going to be defending the northern end. So they'll be going with the breeze first up. And look at that just calm coolness that appears to be on the face of this team as the Burleigh team comes out.
Very strong outfit, this Burleigh. They've only played one game in the last month, and whether these hot conditions today will take their toll toward the end of the match remains to be seen.
Referee Adam Neal just checking with the sideline. Off we go. The kick-off by Brent McConnell, and the grand final of 2003 is underway. Redcliffe with the first use of the ball. And look at that defence. Danny Burke smothered as Burleigh got up right into his face. Cleared away now.
Try to Reggie Cressbrook. Cressbrook in the opening moments of the game has scored for Burleigh.
And they lead by 4 points to 0. A sensational opening to the Queensland Cup Grand Final.
They put it in behind, I think, to Barber. He throws the long pass, and Reggie Cressbrook, one of the best at the intercepts, swoops through. But again, you can see Burleigh not waiting for anybody. They come up, they rush at the attack line, and look at the celebration there on the Burleigh team. What a bonus to come up with points in the first minute of the match.
Reggie Cressbrook makes it 6-0 in favour of Burleigh.
Rather than the knock-on. I didn't say knock-on.
Yeah, but it was a clean pickup, wasn't it?
Yep.
Brian Jellick turns it back on the inside to Barber. Through again, Barber, and he's through completely. Aaron Barber, who's been, he points back to the crowd to salute. Well, he's been having a go at everybody, Aaron Barber, so far in the match. He's been fired up. Barber, like a shot out of the gun, went through a minute gap.
There it is, beautiful step by Brian Jellick, turning the pass back inside to Barber, who did the right thing by going away from the touchline, back in field, wrong-footing the defence and putting it down for an excellent try. His 31st of the season.
Start this slightly to the left. The breeze is quite strong. He hits it perfectly. They've got a tied-up ball game, 6-all.
Outstanding football here from Redcliffe.
Both sides, as I say, missed opportunities. Little kick through here for the flying Aaron Barber. Dimitri Pello's no slouch either. Who gets the bounce? Aaron Barber! Aaron Barber, number 2. What a try-scoring machine. Beautiful kick from Shane Perry. Well, that's really caught them unawares. Number 2.
This was also a Barber try, and he's kicked the second, and it's 12-6 in favour of Redcliffe. Fives in time. Ryan Gundry puts it high, but it's not going forward. The wind's taken backwards and out on the full. Not out on the full. Back inside. They're going to play because Barber will go all the way. Burton tries to get to him. Barber inside Burton. Inside him again. Keeps going and scores. Aaron Barber. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 3 tries in the grand final. And that one, a key try just before the half-time break. When you can have 6, they missed the 1, but they've got the 6. No, play the ball. Still they keep going. Perry now finds his man, and Richter Jellick. Brian Jellick has scored on the right-hand side. That might have just about done it for the Dolphins.
They've got a handy break now, 24-6.
Great passage of rugby league, some fantastic defence, and finally it was the good Redcliffe attack that got them across the try line. They were in the left-hand corner a little while ago. They stretched it to this far side, and Brian Jellick finally found a chink through this Burleigh wall.
Leads to win a Melbourne Cup. In he moves. Oh, he struck it beautifully. Sensational conversion, and it is 26-6 in favour of Redcliffe. Great Kane Tronk around the little man. Nice run from Ryan Gundry. McConnell, Brent McConnell is elusive. Managed to get it away to Tony Gray. Gray for the line. Can he get it down? Having a look, Adam Neal is going to go and have a look at the video ref.
Very strong and forceful effort has got this down. He slips between players. Well, it looks like he's inevitably going to score it from there. Hands trying to come in to block it, getting to the ground. You'd have to think that has touched down.
Tries awarded. He struck it well, he's got it. It's now 26-12 in favour of Redcliffe. Burleigh, it's where they want to be. McConnell, that was a good pass for him, and McConnell's little kick over the top is beautifully taken by Purdon. They must score this time. Purdon's in, can he get it down? Yes! Trying to put it under the goalpost. Burleigh have kept the grand final alive.
Well, Warren called for the short kick, and that's exactly what Burleigh have exploited. Little chip over the top, beautifully weighted kick. They're up very flat. It was part of a set piece, taken on the full, I think, by McConnell. No, taken on the full by Purdon, and then he had McConnell backing up as well. Decides not to use him, and the defence couldn't stop him getting the ball down. Certainly in that last rolling motion, finally grounds it. Aaron Barber couldn't prevent it.
Reggie Cressbrook with the conversion can bring it back to 8 points, and he's kicked it okay, so it's 26-18 in favour of Redcliffe.
Jason Campbell, a dummy half, he runs out of there. Well, Daniel Green popped it out the back to Perry. Beautiful quick hands to Roberts. They get extras out here. Ben Jones going to go himself. Jones close to the try line. He's over and scores it. A reward for a great try here from Ben Jones. They got it onto the outside. The Burleigh defence has come up and in all day. And of course, the risk is if you allow your opponents to get on the outside, you're going to be in a spot of bother. And finally the passing, and there was some great passing in that move. From memory, a number of passes just quickly offloaded to keep the ball alive.
Perry's a beauty here. That was it. It was Shane Perry's pick up and fling it away then, and they had the numbers then, but there was still a lot of work to do. And how about Ben Jones? He just decided to take him on, really go for the line. Then he had to get the arms free to get the ball down. He did all that, and he has probably sealed the grand final win. Another one for the Redcliffe Dolphins. Justin Mackay with the conversion attempt across the face, no goal. 30 points, still 18, 6 minutes to go. Looking for maybe another one, and Tony Gray executing the tackle. It's all slowed down now, and you can understand that. Field goal attempt again by Perry.
Third time lucky?
No, away to the left. Now that one I agree with. He's got it. The icing on the cake for Shane Perry.
I think the policeman behind the goalpost signalled that it went through. I think there's about 4 of them down there. And Shane Perry, who's tried 3 times today to get a field goal, finally puts it across. He's pretty happy with himself too.
Yeah, but there's value in that one. I mean, not that the Redcliffe are going to score. I sure Burleigh were going to score 2 converted tries anyway.
Shane Perry will kick for touch. He finds touch. Will we have the tap?
Try line.
The clock is counting down to 5 seconds to go, and they might get another try. Jason Campbell is very close. Is he over? He's going to have a look. No, it's full time. Full time, and the Redcliffe Dolphins have won another grand final. 31-18. Redcliffe have defeated Burleigh. It's all over. The celebrations can now start. And what a performance by this Redcliffe team.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Roberts.
And so the Redcliffe players receive the accolades. They've won the Queensland Cup of 2003, which we've enjoyed bringing you on ABC television. Thanks for your company through the year. Today, live from Lang Park, North Queensland meet Burleigh in the 10th Queensland Cup Grand Final. David Wright, North Queensland, their first time in a Grand Final. Burleigh defend their title.
You're right, Jerry. Great effort by the young guns to make their first Grand Final, but don't be misled by their title, the young guns. There's a blend of youth and experience in this side. 7 of the players have got NRL experience, 300 games more ahead of them.
And unlike the young guns, they have been playing every week of the final, so they are battle-hardened and they're very experienced. Let's take a look at the lineup. They've got one of the best. 5 grand finals he's played. Reggie Cressbrook at fullback.
And so the stage is set for another Queensland Cup Grand Final. And as we saw in the opener, we've had some magnificent games. And this should be a beauty. North Queensland, welcome to Grand Finals. And Burleigh, out they come to defend the premiership that they won last year in dramatic circumstances. They're a fabulous club. They've got a wonderful setup down on the Gold Coast.
The young guns make their first Grand Final. The first side connected with the Cowboys to make that Grand Final, and they'll like nothing more than to win this one this afternoon. They have been the premier club, certainly in the latter part of the season.
Rob, rather, when you hear his comments. Here we go. The Grand Final of 2005 is underway. Burleigh in the maroon colours receiving, and Ali Brown, their captain, taking the ball out. Well met. Daniel Strickland, the North Queensland captain, was one of those.
Standing wide again on the right this time. This time up to Jamin Lowe. Oh, high shot. A lazy high shot.
Adam Hutchison, the man.
Going to probably get away with this because he hung the arm out, but that was about as reckless and as careless as you can get.
He's put the points on. It's 2-0 in favour of North Queensland over Burleigh in the early stages. Only 8 minutes of 80 gone.
Organised thing on this side. Scott, there's Muspratt. He was trying to get people off his shoulder. He did. Found Strickland. Strickland with a bit of space. Up to David Miles. The man has got over 100 NRL games. Comes off the shoulder of the skipper. Muspratt, before that play, was signalling to players on his outside what he wanted them to do, to get off his shoulder, to have a couple of dummy runners. It's exactly what he got, and that's why the try eventuated.
You'll see here Adam Hutchison racing up there, trying to cut off the move early, and that just gave them a bit of an overlap.
Well, they've been given a few opportunities by the Bears. They won't want to continue to offer up opportunities like that because it'll cost you 6 points each time.
Neil Sweeney, the angle, Miles, or running straight at the hole. We'll see it again here as it goes out to Matthew Scott, turning back inside Muspratt, and there he finds Strickland was it back inside, and David Miles running at that angle is able to finish off the try. He's out of the extras. It's North Queensland 8, Burleigh 0.
Chances were there. Muspratt runs out of dummy half, gets away from the markers, over the try line, scored it. Well, he did well to get that ball down. It required more pushing and shoving. And Muspratt ran out of dummy half. He's elated.
Dragged away though, so it's 12-0 in favour of the young guns over Burleigh.
Way they're playing the young guns. They're not giving Burleigh anything as Reggie Cressbrook runs this back. All made through. Cressbrook then gave it a big opening on the outside. A Siri Lane. Trent Lease, has he got the pace? Trent Lease, yes he has. The man with the bug knee. He might have a bandage on it, but he can race away. Well, they've made me, another push and shove. Well, they made me eat my words. I said they're giving Burleigh nothing. Well, they just gave him a try over 70 metres.
And Cressbrook had to follow it across field. Now you can see there are 3 and 4 North Queensland players. There was a bit of a gap. Cressbrook went through it, put a Siri laying into the open, and great work by Trent Lease to back him up and to accept the pass with the one hand and run away despite the bung knee. And he's about to make it 230. He has 230 points for the season, and now it's 12 points to 6. Which is, you can see what he was trying to do, but you just wonder whether... Here's a break anyway for North Queensland. The young guns, McConnell, a great chance. Back inside, he finds Sweeney. Can Lease get to Sweeney? Sweeney's away and will score for the young guns. They're in again under the goalpost, and it's 16 points to 6.
What a counter-attack from the young guns. They punched through this line a few times, then they got the backup this time. They didn't need to have one-on-one to take on the fullback. This time the support was there. Pass from Anderson, nice work up to McConnell, who's been dangerous every time he's touched the ball. Sweeney looks for support back on the inside. Trent Lease tries his best to chase him down, but Sweeney always had the pace on him.
A 10-point break, and it should be a 12-point break. And he's out of the extras, Neil Sweeney, so he's scored the 6th there, and it's now 18 points to 6 in favour of North Queensland.
Deep enough. He's not going to need it. He's not going to want it up to Musprat. Chip over the top. Good kick it is too. Swap. Sweeney couldn't handle. Surely it's been knocked on, hasn't it? We're going to go to the video referee.
He's standing back while he think about it. Instead, Amos might have scored a try. Yes. He has. Clint Amos, it's all over. The Young Guns are pretty well sure of taking their first ever Queensland Cup. Great vision there from Clint Amos. Saw the chance was there. White line fever and over. Keeping low, driving forward, reaching and putting it down. Yeah. The icing on the cake. Between the uprights it goes, 24-6. The Young Guns, with just 8 minutes to go, are home and hosed. So the Young Guns in possession. They'll be keen to ensure that they do everything right from now on. A break by Daniel Strickland, the captain. Got a man alongside him, that's Burleigh. He'll score the try out of the goalpost. That is fairy floss or whatever on top of frosting on top of the icing for Jason Burleigh for the North Queensland Young Guns. And now it's party time. 28 points to 6.
Well, Burleigh was on the losing side last year when he was with the Tigers up against Burleigh. He's had sweet revenge today. They've done this so well, the Young Guns. They've made busts from a long way out, and then they've had backup. Have a look at this. Daniel Strickland, beautiful step there to beat Bowles, and then you've got to have that backup. They've got players coming from everywhere. Burleigh had support on the outside there by Bromley as well if needed. He wasn't, and they've really asserted their supremacy now.
What a magic moment that was for Jason Burleigh as well. There's the conversion. It's 30 points to 6 in favour of the Young Guns. A beautiful half. They're in no hurry now, the Young Guns. Nice little kick by McConnell. He's been knocked over, but it's been pinched anyway by that man, Shane Musprat. They keep it alive to McWilliams. Back inside to Musprat. Over the top. A brilliant try to David Miles. The Cowboys, the Young Guns, call them what you will. North Queensland is partying. It's party time in the north. Look at that. Oh, wow. And Shane Musprat, if you're not the man of the match, the player of the year, I'd be amazed.
Sparkly attack up the middle of the ruck. Little chip over the top, McConnell. They're prepared to try anything. Musprat was the man on the ball. That's only the first time he handles in this movement. Good pass there by Coop back on the outside. McWilliam back to Musprat. Pops it over the top to the man on the outside in Miles. That's a fine try. And worthy premiers. And there's plenty of celebration here. And will this be the platform from which the Cowboys can launch their assault tonight on the Melbourne Storm?
Half minutes left in the match. He's out of the extras. It's 36-6. The Young Guns over Burleigh.
There we go.
What will they do with it? Immediately from Hicks out to Cresbrook. Little kick over the top by Cresbrook. Covered by Miles. He puts it into touch. All over. The celebrations start for a magnificent team, the Young Guns. What a magnificent run into the grand final. And then to have taken on Burleigh, the premiers from last year, and to have beaten them by 30 points speaks extremely highly of the calibre, of the skill, and of the heart of these youngsters from the north. And I'm sure right throughout North Queensland at the moment, the champagne corks are popping. It's a time to celebrate a fabulous moment for an area which has produced so many great rugby league players over so many years. And as the Young Guns receive their grand final medals, they're the premiers in the Queensland Cup for 2005, with David Miles scoring 2 tries. Musprat, what a game he had, including a try. Sweeney, Amos and Burleigh also scored. Sweeney kicking 6 from 7, a tremendous kicking effort. And for Burleigh, Trent Lease scoring the try that brought them back into the game. Reggie Cressbrook kicking the conversion. But the North Queensland Young Guns, too good, 36-6. They're the Queensland Cup champions.
You rejoin us here at ANZ Stadium for the second of our 3 massive games to come today. It is the Intrust Super Championship. The winners of the Queensland Cup, the Burleigh Bears on screen there, up against the Illawarra Cutters, who took out their maiden title in the New South Wales Cup last week. A 1-point win for this Illawarra team against the Mounties side, which had dominated the competition to be minor premiers right throughout the season, but a 21-20 result for this Illawarra Cutters team, thanks to a field goal off the left boot of Drew Hutchison, saw them seal the premiership and go through to this game, which has become such a popular part of grand final day over the last 2 years. The Queensland teams have taken the honours on both occasions in which this match has been played. The Northern Pride defeated the Penrith Panthers in the first game of the state championship back in 2014. That was a monumental upset that day, 32 points to 28. And last year, the entertaining Ipswich Jets, they really captured the rugby league public's imagination with a 26-12 victory over Newcastle. Jamal Fogarty, the man on screen there, the halfback for the Burleigh Bears side, who won their first premiership in the Intrust Super Queensland Cup last year since 2004 with a 26-16 victory over the Redcliffe Dolphins. Fogarty will be part of the Parramatta Eels setup from next year, so Eels fans will have a keen eye on this afternoon. And the man behind him, Cameron Cullen, was the Duncan Hall medal winner as player of the match in the Queensland Cup Grand Final last Sunday at Suncorp Stadium. He'll link up with the Manly Sea Eagles from next season. This is how Burleigh lines up. Curtis Rowe at the back scored 2 tries last week. They're an excellent centre pairing in Saluma and Broadhurst, and up front they are a big pack led by Petteroo and Page, and off the bench 4 front rowers, by Lynch, Benin and Alamai. Is the most experienced player for NRL games in this Intrust Super Championship game, Josh McCrone, the captain of the Illawarra Cutters. Gee, it's good to see the old Illawarra jumper back out in the big time as well. There, the man that many think will carry the St George Illawarra team forward as their starting halfback from next year. This is how they line up. Quinlan, the man of the match in the grand final victory over Mounties at the back. A lot of NRL experience here. Kurt Mann, Fi Law. They've got a test player in Havili at lock forward. Shannon Wakeman's played 100 games in the New South Wales Cup up front with Jacob Host and McCrone the captain. Tyrone McCarthy goes to the bench with Costa, Gallagher and Clune.
Week against Mounties. You'd like a good start today, although that didn't help Penrith, but in these conditions, good tiring chasing points.
Yes. Hit that at pace. He's only a metre short. They look good, the Cutters. Here's McCrone dancing away. Sends a signal for the number 8, Wakeman, to come inside, and Wakeman's going to get it down underneath the sticks. Shannon Wakeman, the front rower, gets the first try of the afternoon for Illawarra. Is yet to get a crack at NRL level. Nona with the conversion from right in front. It's the Cutters 6 over the Burleigh Bears 0. Huge future ahead of this young man.
Turned 20 on Friday, Jacob Host.
Hutchison runs, they all hung off. Hutchison, Nona backing up, another ankle tap. That's Schwartz that time. He's able to get the ball away to Siranen. And Damien Siranen bursts over to score the second for the Cutters. Well, it was Wakeman with the first try, and his front row mate's got the second.
Yeah, Hutchison's change of speed. Had the ball in 2 hands. Looked like he wanted to kick. Showed the dummy, Nona supporting like a good 5'8". And plenty of support come from behind him. Once again, straight through the middle of the Bears.
Makes it 12-0. So both teams finished second in their respective competitions, and both went on to beat the minor premiers in the grand final. Cutters over Mounties and Burleigh over Redcliffe. Halfback and captain for Burleigh. Out from Macron to Hutchison, loops it away, lovely ball. Tane Milne gets rid of Cullen, gets rid of Wanahi, who grabbed the boot and halted his progress momentarily. They've still kept it alive though. They're still going off. Brilliant stuff. Just when you thought the Cutters had broken down, they kept it alive, and Quinlan's going to score this time.
Yeah, great work here by the Cutters, and it's good vision by Hutchison. He knew that Sammy Salima was going to get out of the line and put pressure. Watch this movement here. He sees him come out of his line, lobs it over the top and gets a 2-on-1. And Tane Milne just uses his size and his strength to stay alive. Gets an offload. The offload is so rewarding in broken play. Isn't it great? And Quinlan weighed up the situation. Outside to Firefly Law, then backs up on the inside for Firefly Law to give him the ball to score the third try of the afternoon.
They've flown out of the box, the Illawarra Cutters. Nona makes it 18 points to nil.
Yeah, rude defence, getting out of the line and making a statement.
Hutchison running again, he's been dynamic. Away to Havili, he throws it on the foot. Hot ball this, it's alive. It's been forced by Jacob Host. But there's a fair bit to check here. It was like a...
Of the Bears, that's all Bears that. End up being a fight.
And we have a grounding, we have a...
Sneaks it inside the left-hand post. Lead by 4 converted tries, so Billy's at dummy half this time. Out through Costa. Nona with a kick to the end goal. They're going to score again. It's Chris Lewis. Oh, this is brilliant from the Illawarra Cutters.
Oh, what about the... Looks long. He has had a big long head as well, didn't he? Just everything was long about.
Gets to within 5 of the halfway. Here's Hutchison. Dynamic performance from him. Turns it to Tane Milne. One-handed offload. Bounces back and favourably. Macron tries to cut up the centre. He got up and went again. Back to Kurt Mann. Then back to Hutchison. Right foot step. Leaves Schwass behind. He's got the line open. Hutchison! How good is that? What a game he's had, the number 7. This has been clinical. And Nona's kicking's been outstanding, not just goal kicking, but general kicking as well. Mel Fogarty there on the front rower. Havili was never going to be denied there. He gets a try. That's their 7th. It's 40-0.
Yeah. Great tactics, great team performance. That makes it 42.
Today they're on the biggest stage of the game, and she's made the best team win.
Oh, and how important is it for our competition, the Melbourne Storm, to continue to do well?
What a catch, sorry, Pete. Kurt Mann off the high kick has leapt and taken it cleanly and planted it down to make it 46-0.
And a lot of offloads, but it's Sean Nona again. His pinpoint accuracy with his kicking. And Oliver Regan, it gets very lonely back there. When you're waiting for the ball to come down, you can hear the footsteps coming through, and Kurt Mann scores a try here this afternoon.
Before we know it, we'll be talking about what the schedule looks like for next year, so it rolls around pretty quick.
I don't think any NRL CEO has ever been put into the position where he's had to get...
As Burleigh put a play on around the ruck, and I think they scored.
It's Alamai who's gone over, so at least they're on the board, the Bears. That's always a relief to break the duck.
I think at one stage, the grand finals at around 8 o'clock at night, which end up an awful long day,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long day. Nice power. There's the tactic you're talking about, Scotty, going back through the middle. Just too strong, straight through the tackle of the fullback, Quinlan.
I want to ask you, I look at Luke Lewis as Fogarty successful with the kick. Luke,
Couple short of the line. Milne waits at dummy half. Wants to go himself, Tane Milne. And may have got there. He's excited, and that's why they brought up the half.
Bears have given in, I think. They've had a couple of pushover tries from dummy half. You know it's a bad sign when that starts to happen.
Chocolate. Mate, because with the Reds being
Meantime, Burleigh have broken up field. Curtis Ray supports. He's going to score a try. That'll be enough to see us out. Curtis Rose scores 54-10. They'll have a kick to come, but it's all the Cutters, and they become the first New South Wales team to win this match. They're going to take, and they're going to give it to Luke Page, the front rower. who sends it over. So it's 54-12 in the end.
It's taken 3 years for New South Wales to have any joy when it comes to the Intrust Super Championship, but the Illawarra Cutters have done it in emphatic style, defeating the Burleigh Bears 54 points to 12. Wonderful performance.
Well, here we go. The first of 3 games on NRL Grand Final Day underway. The state championship. Burleigh kicking off. First use of the football for this Newtown Jets side. We were a matter of minutes away from having as a stoppage here.
Scott, yep, tackle 4.
A matter of minutes away from having Wentworthville involved here today.
You just see there, it just went numb, didn't it, straight away. He reeled out of the tackle and then stayed down. So looks like a serious injury for Burleigh early on in this game.
Friendly fire from Jack Buchanan, and he is in all sorts of pain. As we said, he's had the green whistle. Buchanan, little kick, looking for the in-goal area. Leary coming through. Katoa has it covered and does very well. Gets back in the field of play. Gets a pass to Militalo. Good chase there from Roberts Davis. Brings him down. Greg Eastwood, the only member of the starting lineup that hasn't. Here's a nice kick this time, the other side of the field. Bolselli, he had a shot at it. He's put it down. And Burleigh will clean up here through Anthony Don. Kick from inside the 40. Katoa is up in the line. It's a pretty good kick. Oh, it's more than a pretty good kick. It's a 40-20 from the Petro Sivanasiva medalist, Jamal Fogarty. Brayley, Magoulias throws a dummy into the line. He's brought down 5 metres away from it. Good tackle, Matt Robinson. Penalty Newtown.
Got to get up.
And it is a 2-0 lead for the Newtown Jets. Fogarty puts it high. Marcelli underneath it, knocks it on. Only half a metre away. Fogarty throwing dummies, running Jamal Fogarty. Flicks a pass, oh, wonderful ball. And Anthony Don will score the first try of the 2019 state championship game here at ANZ Stadium.
Well, it's a little stutter step there at the start from Fogarty that just plants everyone from Newtown on that back foot. Evans continues to come up, get past the footy, and the razzle-dazzle from Fogarty and Burleigh Bears will lead 4 points to 2.
Daniel Vasquez, good run from him. They're on a bit of a roll here, Newtown. Well, more of a bit of a roll as Evans almost away. Josh Burkers with the tackle that had to be made. Last play, Brayley, little kick, it's off legs. Don knocks it on. There'll be 6 more tackles, or 0 tackle here as Magoulias for Newtown. Wilton, Magoulias. Bakuya left it behind. It's been picked up here by Burleigh, and away they go. Dylan Pythian up over the halfway line. Here comes Militalo. Militalo and Pythian. He's going away from the chasers. Gets a pass on the inside, and Anthony Don will score a spectacular Burleigh Bears try against the run of play.
It's just the miscommunication between the right side attack. But again, it's the aggressive nature of Dylan Pythian. He adjusts when the ball's in the air, watches himself on the screen to see how close Mulitalo was coming to him, and then positions Anthony Don, who does a great job from the right-hand side to make sure he's there in support.
Rogers plays it. Here's Rowe. Leary, good defence on Blake Leary, and there's the mistake. Ronaldo Mulitalo does well. There's not much in this after it.
There we go, headbutt to the chin. That's what he's... Not much in it.
He's led with the head and made contact. It's on report, and you're in the bin.
Oh, wow.
Because he's led with the head and struck out
so
of the play.
Ronaldo Mulitalo off to the sin bin. 10 seconds left in the half. Fogarty drifting. Rogers, Rowe, Curtis Rowe gets a pass away. Sammy Saluma puts it down. Kennedy has it. Half-time siren sounds. He's tackled there, Kennedy, 10 metres into the field of play. And an entertaining first half of the state championship. Trindle, can he get a good kick away into the line? Grubber kick, and it's been fielded here by Fogarty. Look out, up over the 40, the halfway line. Here comes the cover. Kennedy out after him. He positions Tyron Roberts-Davis. Still Kennedy. Great tackle, was it? He gets to the line. Tyron Roberts-Davis will go to the bunker. But has Tyron Roberts-Davis scored? Or has Will Kennedy produced one of the great try-saving tackles?
I think he's held him up here, maybe, Kennedy, on the naked eye. He has too. I don't think the ball's hit the ground there.
Yeah, the left hand of Will Kennedy gets underneath the ball and the ball remains up. We have a decision.
Wow. Jordan Rapana in the NRL Grand Final, so brothers and sisters and brothers all over the place. As Burke's into open space, Anthony Don, what a take from the Don. He scored 2 tries this afternoon, tries to set up Fogarty, and now was that off Jamal Fogarty's legs? We're going to go to the bunker. Fogarty claiming a try right next to the post.
This would be the best angle.
Does not touch the hand of Jamal Fogarty, then comes off his boot, it goes forward.
Here's the put down.
Great work.
Oh, try.
Jamal Fogarty picks the ball up cleanly and grounds the ball. We have a decision.
Good defence, Hayden Schross. Now Trindle. Kennedy. Nice pass. Mulatalo to Katoa! Wow! Sione Katoa! Spectacular! Have a look at this.
Great work. Great athleticism. We've got 2 wingers who now, in Anthony Don, the way that he's been able to finish so many tries in his career, and now this young man, Sione Katoa, finishes off an absolutely beautiful right side play. They finally got some structure.
Here's Magoulias, Ferris. Burleigh goes to Magoulias. Now Trindle, Kennedy, Mulatalo. So much of their attack starts. Katoa inside to Kennedy. Good defence. I'm going to play it down in back play.
It's Hayden Swash.
Tackle 3.
Really good tackle.
Yes, okay.
It was on Jackson Ferris. The big knee lift here. Oh.
Well, the bunker, surely they can't call that back.
A penalty here for the Burleigh Bears. Jackson Ferris, the player penalised. Fogarty, that's off legs, they're saying. Played at, are they? But it doesn't matter. It's been picked up here by Ferris. Ferris has got it. He's going to go away and score a try here. Jackson Ferris. Concern for Josh Rogers in the back play as well. You see, I think the sniper might have got him in the chase. But the try awarded here for Jackson Ferris. Here come the Jets. No chance of an offload there from Eastwood. Burleigh, Magoulias, Trindle, Kennedy, here it is, Sione Katoa again for the corner! He's in! Katoa! We've got a 2-point ball game and a conversion from out wide. Wow. Sione Katoa, twice in that corner. 4 points for the Jets to level things up. We're into the final 4 minutes. Trindle, he kicks it, he misses it. It's still a 2-point lead now. And they might get the ball in good field position here because there will be a penalty on the halfway line now for Newtown. Newtown, a couple of tackles left. Trindle, intercepted. I was looking at the Newtown player going through. But they've got it here through Sammy Saluma, Burleigh. That might just be enough for the Burleigh Bear. Sorensen will get up and play it. Burleigh, they've stacked the short side. Kick over the top for Mulatalo and Ferris. Ferris has got the bounce! Jackson Ferris has got the bounce! He'll score an amazing try! And the Jets will steal the state championship! They were gone! They were gone! Try awarded! The Jets will win! A remarkable, amazing finish to the state
Championship. They're celebrating the Newtown Jets. Well done to them. Eastwood has the extras. And the Jets win 20 points to 16 in a thriller.
What is he going to come up with on the big stage? Here we go.
We're underway. Tyrone Roberts gets us underway. The Host Plus Cup Grand Final, and almost a mix-up there. Gee, very impressive early. Tristan Hope. Then for the front rower, Powell. He'll have a crack himself. Oh, yes! A meat pie for the front rower in a grand final. Tristan Powell scores the first try of the decider. Scoreless so far. Roberts, Hamilton, nice change of direction. The fullback pops up on the other side. Oh, yeah! What a beauty! What a pass! And Tony Francis scores and celebrates. Celebrate every moment. That's so good.
Look at this. That is silk.
He's better. He's ready for the NRL, Kinney.
40-20 attempt here from Hamilton.
He's got low trajectory.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, what a moment! Thompson Macman knocked it back in field. And what an unfortunate moment for the veteran fullback. The only thing that could save him is if he put a foot over the sideline as he knocked it over. Could he be saved? Could he be saved at the ball? No, he's not going to be saved. His work was too good. 25 metres out from the line. Peasant the man to put it up. This time he goes higher. Kenny is ready. The charge throw, that's it. Corey Parker called for it earlier. And the high ball works a treat. And you send through your tallest man, Kane Bradley, for the catch. It's pretty simple.
Look at that. Oh, that's great. That's a great vision there from Bradley.
Super take.
And I banged on about it. They needed the ball to go high to give
Hang on. Here they come. Hamilton with it. Goes outside. Might be fought at all. The Tigers away. Kitty's got speed on the chase.
Look at this.
Lehman's got plenty. So is Kitty. Trying to track him down. Goes early. Doesn't get him. Max Lehman scores a grand final try and gives it a double thumbs up. I don't think we've ever seen a double thumbs up post-try celebration.
That's great defensive play. They would have
loved to see him get a try tonight. Polatoni, front of the posts. Hamilton sweeping across. Hard straight run. We've been looking for it all night. He may have got it down. Saluma stretched out to force it. Yes.
Hamilton just looking out with the eyes and playing short.
Chance for the Bears here. Sumalawi and Hamilton. Kitty. Lovely change of direction. Then it looked to travel forward. Did it? They've said play on.
No, it's a no try. Sure.
Francis went over it. Sort of ricocheted fast. It may be a case of someone just got falconed and it was play on. And I can't see how they're going to take this off them.
And there off his head. And Francis has a hat-trick. In the grand final, does he get it down? Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Because they're 4 in front.
Yeah, mate.
They have one play.
Okay, on the line.
One play to manufacture a try here behind Polatoni. Tap is taken. Hamilton is with it. He's going to kick. One play. Ball is fielded by Jennings. The drought is over. The Tigers have done it. The Tigers have ended a run of 9 straight grand final defeats.